This is America in Space, a weekly news and information program on current events dealing with the space industry.
Welcome, and thanks for joining me today. I'm Don Meyer, Space Coast News Editor. On September the 20th, the Artemis II crew and NASA's Exploration Ground Systems program successfully completed a series of integrated ground system tests and ground demonstration tests at NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida in preparation for the upcoming mission around the Moon, currently planned for November of 2024. These tests put the mobile launcher, Launchpad 39B, the ground system support team, and the 4 Artemis astronauts, Reed Weissman, Victor Glover, Christina Koch, and Jeremy Hansen, to work evaluating that the ground equipment is ready to support launch. They started in the crew headquarters at the Neil Armstrong Operations and Checkout Building by putting on their Orion Crew Survival System spacesuits. Here are a few reflections by Jeremy Hansen and Christina Koch concerning being in the room where so many astronauts have suited up.
It is hallowed ground, and so you're walking in history. It's really neat.
That suit room is where our heroes got suited up in, and that is an amazing feeling.
Next, they traveled to the launch pad in the newly full electric fleet of crew transportation vehicles. Victor Glover talked about riding in those new vehicles.
Honestly, I didn't really think a lot about the vehicle after I got in and sat down. I was comfortable and cool, and we had some conversations with our insertion tech, Bill, and we talked about background, and so it was actually just sitting with friends on the drive out to the launch pad.
Upon arrival at the pad, the crew headed onto the mobile launcher and proceeded to the crew access arm that will be used to board Orion on launch day. Reed Weissman and Victor Glover commented on ascending the tower and the access arm.
We went up 2 elevators to the 274-foot level, and we met there our White Room closeout team, one of our fellow astronauts, Jessica Meyer, and then 4 technicians who will get us in the Orion on launch day.
When we walked out that crew access arm, I just had images of all those Apollo launches and shuttle launches that I saw as a kid, and it was unreal.
Although no Space Launch System, SLS, rocket was at the pad for them this time, the test helped prepare the team for all the operations needed to get the crew to their ride to the moon on launch day. Victor Glover talked about the importance of the launch demo.
This is the team that is actually going to get us strapped in and get the vehicle tanked up and topped off on launch day. So it's important for this team to try out these procedures. I love days where I'm reminded how many people it takes to do what we do. We also had a lot of folks that we can't see, but we hear them on the loops. All the folks in LCC, the Launch Control Center, that are working this, and all the folks that are going to be getting this vehicle ready. It's amazing how many folks it takes to make this possible.
Sean Quinn, Exploration Ground Systems Manager at Kennedy Space Center, said, "As we prepare for launch, it is critical for us to not only understand our systems and how they operate individually, but to be fully aware of how they perform together. These tests enabled the team to demonstrate new integrated processing and launch capabilities, as well as defined operational procedures and schedules to ensure the team is ready for launch day. And that launch day will be here before you know it." Thank you for joining me. Remember each Tuesday to join David Denault for America's Return to Space, and join me every Friday for America in Space. From the Florida Space Coast, I'm Don Meyer, Space Coast News Editor for About Space Today.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to share our program with your family and friends, and follow us on Facebook. Join us each week for news and information on America in Space.